Okay, good morning to you all. I was asked whether we are going to talk in English or in Hebrew. It will be English this time for the people across the ocean, and I'm very honored and glad to open this symposium on the legacy of Shmuel Noach Eisenstadt, commemorating the 100th anniversary of his birth. But first, I'm glad to invite Professor David Harel to make some opening comments.
Good morning, everyone, friends and colleagues. We indeed gather here today to honor the memory and continue the legacy of the late Professor Shmuel Noach Eisenstadt, the world-renowned father of sociology research in Israel. Eisenstadt was a pioneer in the study of Israeli society, presenting a universal and broad perspective in his analysis of modernization processes in Israel and other societies. His early work on workers' settlements and the absorption of immigrants led him to extensive research in other developing societies in Africa, Asia, and South America. He always viewed Israel in the spirit of comparative research, developing profound insights from the unique challenges faced by Israeli society, using the knowledge he gained from the Israeli case to understand societies around the world. In later years, he even dealt with globalization and the transformation of nation-states, demonstrating that he remained up to date until the very last moment and knew how to integrate Israeli research in a way that would be relevant to the entire world. This is a wonderful example for us in Israeli academia. We should follow in his footsteps, studying local cases and bringing innovations for them to the world. Global cooperation is crucial for science, and this is especially crucial now when scientific cooperation with Israel is being threatened in several parts of the world, and I'm putting it very mildly. Rumor has it that Eisenstadt possessed extraordinary intellectual abilities. Professor Chaim Adler, one of his first students, recounts that when he submitted his doctoral thesis to Eisenstadt, the latter read it in just 25 minutes and was already prepared to discuss it in depth. That means the thesis was, say, 3 pages long. Was that? This rapid reading pace may sound impossible, but those acquainted with Eisenstadt personally know that it was a genuine ability. Eisenstadt himself claimed that compared to his mentor Martin Buber, who read 300 pages an hour, the 200 pages he was able to read in an hour were nothing at all. Eisenstadt also demonstrated amazing abilities at academic conferences. He could doze off during lectures, but at their conclusion approach the speaker and tell them precisely what they said, where they erred, and what he disagreed with. It's no wonder that even his greatest opponents admit that there has never been anyone like him in Israeli sociology. Even if many considered him to be conservative, everyone agrees that he was the greatest of them all. Perhaps his most important contribution was his theoretical breakthrough in understanding the essence of modernity. While in the 1960s, the prevailing notion was that the entire world will undergo a uniform process of modernization based on the Western model, Eisenstadt demonstrated that each society has a unique path to modernity rooted in its civilization and local cultural tradition. The concept of multiple modernities that he developed became a cornerstone of contemporary global sociology. Eisenstadt's research on Jewish civilization was another groundbreaking achievement. He argued that Judaism should not be understood merely as a religion or nationality, but should be analyzed as a comprehensive civilization similar to Christianity or Islam. And in doing so, he offered a new perspective on Jewish history. Despite the criticism leveled against him in more recent decades as someone identified with a conservative approach, Eisenstadt demonstrated a remarkable ability to adapt and evolve with the advancements of sociological research. His complex approach and commitment to scientific truth did not allow him to become entrenched in rigid positions. Professor Eisenstadt was not only an outstanding researcher, but also a beloved and revered teacher to his students. He left behind generations of successors who acquired from him the passion for research and a desire to decipher the complexity of human societies. We will continue to learn from his groundbreaking work and continue in his path of striving for profound multidimensional and comparative research of processes of social change. In the words of the eminent anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss, I quote, "The scientific mind does not so much provide the right answers as ask the right questions." Eisenstadt's legacy embodies this spirit of relentless inquiry, reminding us of the essential role of the social sciences and humanities in illuminating the human condition, especially in times when ignorance threatens to obscure the truth. May his memory be blessed. Thank you.